Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Well, it was a night of action in the UEFA Champions League where Real Madrid, they did it. They were able to at least come from behind to drop defending champion Chelsea. More of this will be coming on the show as we will be looking at sporting stories trending in the world of sport. Joining me in the studio, I have two gentlemen here talking about Ibrahim Yusuf. Good to have you.
Always a pleasure.
Good one, yeah.
Nice to be back.
And I have Emmanuel Fashemi. Good to have Emmanuel.
It's my pleasure being here.
Well, let's start from the home scene. We talk about table tennis right now. ITTF Africa, that's the first story we'll be looking at, where Lagos is to host the club championship. 3 events will be coming up in Lagos, where it's going to be 3 in 1. We'll be having it in Lagos. And I love the fact that the ITTF Africa deemed fit to pick Lagos. 3 in 1 event. We'll be having the club competition, we'll be having the African top 10. And the fact that all countries from Africa will be at least converging in Lagos.
Yes, you know, Nigeria for a while, Nigeria has been doing quite well when it comes to table tennis. I think it's one sport that I think we should be doing better, really, considering where we've actually started and where we are now. I think we should have been doing better than our current situation. But it's very good, just like you said, that the Lagos is actually getting that recognition, bringing this kind of tournaments that will have the entire eyes of Africa on Nigeria, and I believe we can use that as an opportunity to build our own proficiency in the sport as well.
Good one. Now, Emmanuel, if you look at this sport, if you go towards history, you look at the life of Atanda Musa, how they turn things around in this sport before the minds of the likes of Segun Toriola, all of them. But you just have to appreciate the fact that this sport called table tennis has really given Nigeria that prominence in the community of nations when it comes to sports.
Definitely, it has given Nigerian prominence. We remember just last month the exploit of Aruna Kadri in the just completed championship, where he actually defeated back-to-back 3 Chinese players for the first time for an African and for Nigeria achieving that feat. And we know Nigeria and Egypt are the 2 countries that are championing table tennis in Africa. And definitely, if you go around the streets of Nigeria, in some of the cities in Nigeria, I beg your pardon, you see that table tennis is a sport that, or even on the street, children play it. Even myself, I still play table tennis as of recent, even that was last weekend, I had to play table tennis. So this sport has been one of the sports that, if you look at the way we play it here in Nigeria, it has given prominence, and the likes of Toriola and the rest of them have put Nigeria in the global map with table tennis. And for Aruna Kadri, I think he has been fantastic over the years, and he has actually been doing well. Kudos to him, congratulations to him, because it's not easy to beat a play, as in to beat people who started the sport, the ping pong games. We know Chinese, they started the sports, they are good in it. And for him to have been able to defeat 3 Chinese back to back on the row, that was a massive one. So for table tennis, I think we should go back to the grassroots. Gradually, if you ask me, it's actually dying a bit in Nigeria, because over the years, like I mentioned, if you go around the streets, you see table tennis everywhere, championship being organized. I think we need to revive it. We need to revive the flair. We need to revive that spirit. Go back to the basics, go back to the grassroots, go back to secondary school. When we have these school sports, I think table tennis should be integrated into it. Let's see how we can actually harness talents from that sport.
Good one there. We've been looking at table tennis, where Lagos will be hosting Africa in 3 different events coming in May. Well, that's a good one there at the Molade Okoya Thomas Indoor Sports Hall in Lagos. I love the fact that Nigerians, even though we take table tennis as just a fun sport, really it has fetched a lot of Nigerian men and women a lot of opportunities to showcase their talents worldwide, where we've been able to defeat Chinese table tennis players. Good one. Aruna Quadri has really made us proud, not forgetting the likes of Funke Oshonaike, Segun Toriola, Abiodun. All of them, they've done well in this particular sport. And the legend who is right now in the US, talking about Atanda Musa, we'll never forget that man. He has done well for Nigeria. Now, let's move away from table tennis. We talk about football. But this time around, Super Eagles of Nigeria, we know what they've done recently, but we just have to find a way to make Nigerians happy. NFF has deemed it fit that a friendly will be coming up between Nigeria and Mexico. That will be coming up in Texas, precisely in USA, and at least, somebody asked a question, why always Mexico?
Truly, why always Mexico? Because I think I would like to support what happens. But overall, this is a grade A FIFA friendly game coming up against a Mexican side. The last time we played, we said the home base Super Eagles, they were trashed 4-0. It was a very shambolic performance from the boys, if you ask me, because there was nothing to write home about that friendly. But if we're still going to play them, it's not bad, it's not out of place. We are still licking the ones that we will not be appearing in Qatar 2022, because we were trying to qualify for the 7th time, while Ghana got their 4th qualification to the World Cup right now at the expense of Nigeria. But overall, playing against the Mexican side is not bad, it's not out of place. It's just to keep the boys in shape. We have the 2023 AFCON coming up in Cote d'Ivoire. We have the qualifiers that we're going to be playing in. So Mexico friendly, it's a good lineup for me.
I'm looking at Ibrahim. I actually saw you smiling. You don't seem to agree with that, because someone saying, why Mexico every time? We have so many countries.
Yeah, well, the thing is,
or is it Mexico that wants to use us to fine-tune themselves to the World Cup?
I think maybe Mexico, the Mexican FA is actually easy to deal with.
They have that good bilateral relation with Nigeria and FA.
There's a rapport between the Mexican FA and the Nigerian FA, whereby whenever we pick up the phone and we call you and say, hey, friendly, let's do it. You understand?
But Mexico, they are going to the World Cup, so Nigeria is now going to be like, we are the team they will use to fine-tune themselves towards World Cup.
Exactly. They are the ones who are preparing for the World Cup with us. You understand? Because right now we're not preparing for anything. Are we preparing for anything?
Nations Cup.
We're only preparing for
the Nations Cup comes after Qatar. They are looking at Qatar, which comes after the Nations Cup. Right now, we're looking at something that's going to happen this year. The Nations Cup is next year.
If you say next year is not far from
it
now.
It is far when you look at it, the fact that there's going to be a major tournament before that one. So we're not really preparing for anything, because right now we don't even have a team. We don't have a backroom staff. We have a team.
We have a team.
I threw this up for you guys. Let's see.
We have a team.
Where's the team?
The team is there. We have a team.
Where's the team? You have a team on paper. That is what you have.
We have a team.
You have a team on paper. You have a backroom staff on paper. They don't even have a backroom staff on paper. The Super Eagles right now are just a name. That, okay, we have the Nigerian national team right now, which is a name.
It's not just a name, it's a team. We have a team. Uguevan might not get the best out of those boys. I bet you someone else who will come can get the best out of those boys. If any coach comes up today, they have a team to assemble.
Do you have a guarantee? Do you have a guarantee that the next guy that comes will not chuck everything out of the window and then bring new guys?
Let's see the next guy that
exactly.
will come.
So for now, we don't have a team until the next guy comes in.
Is they have that burden to get us the next person that will come. Whoever they bring to the Super Eagles have the players to call upon. If Uguevan cannot get the best out of Chukwueze, I think we are going there. Osimhen and the rest of them, Aribo, someone else who will come can get the best out of those boys.
So that's the thing. So what I'm saying is right now we don't have a team until the next guy comes in. If we have players, of course we have players. Adeni, you can suit up. You're a player. You can go and play. You understand? You understand? We have players. We have a lot of players in Nigeria. But we do not have a team. We have the Super Eagles in the name that we have the national team. Okay, fine, that is good. So we don't have a team until the next guy comes in. And then we see what he does.
Now, I will have to comment. Wait, I have to comment between 12 of you. Okay, I'll give 12 of you 50-50. Let's go. Now, we have to move on now to other stories trending now. At least need to add some spice to that in the studio. We've been talking on 360 Sport. Let's go MPFL now. Let's talk about Nigerian Professional Football League. A match was actually played between Heartland and Remo Stars. It ended goalless in that game. Well, a lot of people were thinking maybe Remo will win or Heartland will use that to stage themselves to move up on the league table. But from the way it is, it ended 0-0. Just 1-1. They shared the spoil there. Now, looking at the way the table is standing after the two teams actually played that goalless game over there in the Anyam Stadium in the location they played. Now, we look at the way the table is standing, Heartland still remain bottom of the table with 21 points after playing that particular game against Remo Stars. Remo Stars, they add one more point to their own. They have 36 points, standing fourth on the log. You look at this, Remo Stars are now fourth, and Heartland, well, playing that draw has not actually affected them much better. As if actually they won that game, they'll have jumped over Katsina, but now they are still they have the same point with Katsina, but -7 goal difference and -18 for Heartland.
Which is something actually terrible. And you look at the matches that they've played, actually Katsina has 2 games in hand.
And they've played 22.
Exactly, so they have 2 games in hand on them. But I would like to look at the top end of the table. I mean, like Remo, we were shouting Remo Stars at the beginning of the...
But really, they tried. For them to have actually come for the first time and still maintain even a top 4.
Exactly, because they were at the top. They were right near the top, and they're still there. You understand? They're still battling hard. But right now, what should actually look at the gap that's actually opening up right now between Rivers United and Remo Stars.
10 points adrift.
10 points already. There was a time that we actually looked at this table, and I think between the first and almost like the 15th, it was not up to 7 points. You understand? That was how tight it was. But now, as games are played, as games goes on, things actually happen. Points are being dropped. Points are being won. You know, now the gap is actually starting to open up, and we're starting to get a clear picture of how the table is really going to shape up come the end of the season.
Okay, for Emmanuel.
For the MPFL this season, I've seen a massive improvement. Remo started brilliantly, and when they met with Rivers United, that was where their woes started from. But overall, after the little setback, they pick up themselves, and they are right there at the 4th position. If they have won, they would have been on 37 points above Rangers International, who also has been doing very, very well. After they went back to their stadium in Aqua. Some persons say the stadium is in Anambra State, the place they are calling their home now, and they have been doing well in the new stadium. They've been fantastic on the road this season. And for Rivers United, I would say they are doing well. The combination of Fatai Osho and Stalin Eguma, who understand what MPFL is all about, their combination have granted 21 games in unbeaten run. They are on 10 matches unbeaten. From the last 10 games, they've not lost any. They've had about 2 draws. And Plateau United, 2017 champions, they started poorly, but at the end of January, Ilechukwu left Heartland and went to that team, turned the team around. At the end of January, they pick up themselves 11 matches unbeaten run, 9 wins with just with 2 draws in total. So that's to tell you that the MPFL this season, overall, we've had 21 away wins in MPFL. That is what is rare compared to what we saw last season. So it's to tell you that there has been a very big shift, big change in MPFL. The only problem I have with MPFL now is the fans. The fans need to know that this is a game, this is sport. That sportsmanship spirit needs to be embedded. The fans need to understand that when you play well, you get a win. When you don't play well, you could get whipped in your home. So the hooliganism, beating up referees and the likes is what I really don't want to see in the MPFL. If we can have this massive shift, of recent, Rivers United was ranked 201 in the world. That is massive improvement. So I think the MPFL is going places.
Good one there. We've been looking at the Nigerian Professional Football League, a match play between Heartland and Remo Stars ending goalless there. Now let's go to the big one. Although two in one that happened yesterday in the UEFA Champions League quarter-final. Where, well, let's start with Villarreal's story. Samuel Chukwueze came on and he was able to become the hero. He turned this around for that team. The submarine, as they called it, the yellow submarine, they were really yellow as they were able to dump Bayern Munich, the giant from Germany, in that game. It was a good one for Villarreal.
Well, I think it was supposed to be one of the stories of this season. You understand? I think it was supposed to be one of the stories of this season. But unfortunately, they played an absolute fantastic game. They got a fantastic result. But the attention they got was actually overshadowed by the other game. You understand?
Yes.
Everybody's concentration was on
Real Madrid, Chelsea.
Real Madrid, Chelsea. You know, everybody was actually looking at that because you could actually excuse someone who forgot that Real Madrid, Villarreal
was
actually
playing
Bayern.
against Bayern.
You understand? And they even won, which is amazing when you look at the pedigree. When you look at the pedigree of Bayern Munich, I mean, like they're always the top contenders when it comes to Champions League every season. All right, they have the players, they have everything that are going for them. And then the Yellow Submarine, they come in with Unai Emery, that was fired by Arsenal because he couldn't cut it. Now he's beating Bayern
And
in
he
the Champions
did so
League.
well.
Exactly, he did an amazing
A team
job.
that really dealt with Barcelona and all the other giants.
Exactly.
And Villarreal coming to drop them.
And then they beat Bayern Munich. I mean, like, that is an amazing feat.
At home.
Had it been
Allianz Arena.
I think had it been it was any other night. If this has happened at any other night, I mean, like, the attention that this would have garnered would have been absolutely amazing. But unfortunately, we had an instant classic yesterday.
But Ibrahim, it's
Chelsea
already a story. It's already a story.
It would have been bigger had it been.
It's already bigger as it stands.
I like the fact that, okay.
It's already bigger. Because yesterday, nobody saw that coming. Let me take it from that and go. And this is the second time that Villarreal will be going into the semi-final. The first time they achieved this feat was in 2006, during the time of Marcos Senna and Riquelme of Argentina.
You remind me of this Marcos Senna and Riquelme.
These two great guys were midfield mastery for the Submarines. And yesterday night, Chukwueze came up and made history for the Submarines. Second times they will be in the semi-final. The first time, 2006. Now they've qualified to the semi-final for the second time in the history of the club, and at the expense of who? The giant Bayern. And let's not forget that whenever Bayern Munich is coming against the Spanish opposition, it has not always been easy. They had it easy against Barcelona. That's the only Spanish team they could really beat their chest. But coming up against Real Madrid and any other
team,
Spanish team in Spain, I think they always find it difficult. And yesterday night was another night for Bayern that they will be licking their wounds, they will be biting their nets. They had all the chances in the first leg. Villarreal would have even ended, would have ended any hopes of coming back for Bayern Munich in the first leg. They were wasteful. Danjuma being culprit of the first, a couple of chances was gone begging in the first leg, and yesterday we saw that again. About how many chances before they could get that goal, and Chukwueze coming on, that was a brilliant substitution from Unai Emery. This is a man that Arsenal sent away, and now he is in the Champions League semi-final after winning the Copa, beg your pardon, UEFA Europa League at the expense of Manchester United. So it's good one. But for the game of Chelsea...
Now, let's just look at Chelsea. Chelsea, Real Madrid. For me, I think Chelsea played well.
No,
in fact, fantastic.
Chelsea
they really came to the game.
It pains me to say this.
Seriously,
it really
very
pains
painful.
me to say this, but Chelsea were the better team, and the better team lost. You understand? Because a lot of people did not give them a chance, myself included, after the first leg. You understand? Because for you to lose 3-1,
first leg at home,
it was a disaster. You understand? Nobody really gave them a chance, but they went out to the Bernabeu and they had a plan. They had the belief.
It was going so well, 3-0.
And they went at it. You understand? Because they threw everything at Real Madrid, including the kitchen sink. And of course, they were well on their way to getting a result. Well on their way to getting
before Rodrigo opened that particular.
Before we really not taking anything away from Real Madrid. You understand? Because that assist from Luka.
But Luka Modric's part. Oh my goodness!
That Luka Modric. Somebody says it actually
that particular pass.
It belongs in a museum because it was pure art.
Exquisite.
That was exactly what it was.
It was
one of the most delicious assists that you'll ever see.
So far, so accurate, so accurate.
Chelsea, we are looking at 2012, the repeat of 2012, when they won the Champions League against Bayern Munich. They lost the first leg against Napoli, 3-1. It ended, and the reverse fixture, they had to go. They scored 4 goals against Napoli, and Uhuru for them. At that point, I told somebody that Chelsea was going to win the Champions League because Napoli threw everything they had at Chelsea. They had a couple of misses, chances going begging, a couple of balls hitting the crossbar that day, and Chelsea carried the day, and they got to the final. They defeated Bayern Munich in 2012, and yesterday they expected that repeat of that history, and I said no, it was not going to happen. Real Madrid actually left it late. They got those 2 goals. At some point, everybody thought Chelsea was going to get the 4th goal, but unfortunately, Chelsea couldn't get that. And for the Benzema of the Benzes, because that is what I call him right now, he came up brilliantly yesterday. 2 beautiful assists, one beautiful
Vinicius,
assist
that header
from my evergreen
Luka
Modric, and then another beautiful assist from Vinicius that nailed it for them, and it ended 3-2, 5-4 on aggregate. That was what sent Real Madrid through. And yesterday, Chelsea, for me, they tried all they can. They, like Ibrahim said, they came with their plan, and the plan worked brilliantly. I will not say it did not work. It worked for them brilliantly, but they just lost a little bit of focus, and they allowed Modric to just flick that pass, and it was a nice substitution from Ancelotti.
That was what I was going to point out. I mean, like, not forgetting what Ancelotti actually did, because those substitutions that he actually made the difference. You understand? So sometimes it's not all about you having the players on the pitch. The guy on the bench actually matters.
So are you guys trying indirectly
What
talking?
actually
Wait.
okay.
Are you guys indirectly talking about Nigeria?
That has nothing to do with it. We're actually talking about European football right now. You understand?
Goodness.
So having a man like Ancelotti on the bench when you're playing in the Champions League night, I mean, like, it means a lot. And that's where these guys earn their money. And those substitutions that he actually made changed the game. And he showed that he's truly Mr. Champions League.
He's Mr. Champions League.
And
definitely.
you look at when Luka actually made that pass, the goal that Benzema scored, the header, it was a miss because what's his name now? Rudiger. Rudiger actually, oh my goodness, that slipping cost. Because if you have at least it was standing, maybe he would have been able to at least help in.
Well, after a brilliant performance from Rudiger, because Rudiger was all out yesterday, he was solid at the back line, but just that slip, I would say, it cost a little dent, but it can happen to anybody. Remember what happened to Gerrard, and that particular incident still hurt Gerrard till date when they were en route to winning the Premier League, and that slipped. He lost the ball at the center of the pitch, at the cycle of the pitch. That was what gave Drogba that chance to just that goal sent Chelsea winning the EPL that season, and that hurt Gerrard till date. But that aside, yesterday night it was Rudiger's night for me. He did very, 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 very well. But overall, Real Madrid, congratulations to them. They are in the semi-final.
Good one.
Let's see what happens next.
Ibrahim?
Well, just like he said, it was an absolute fantastic game. I mean, like, it reminded us of why we love football and why we love the Champions League.
Yes, we've been talking concerning the UEFA Champions League quarter-final, the Los Blancos. The Whites actually qualified for the semi-final. They are going towards getting the 14th cup. Who knows, maybe they will be able to scale through. Let's see what's happened. We've been talking on 360 Sport on Trust TV with Ibrahim Yusuf. Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
And also Emmanuel Fashemi. Good to have you.
It's my pleasure being here.
Yes, sport is always business and fitness. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.